Rockdale County, established in 1870, has witnessed the progress and contributions of African Americans over many decades. Larger-than-life figures are often the focus of discussions of Black history, but let us not forget just a decade and a half ago, Rockdale County itself made history, starring our very own citizens. It elected its inaugural African American officials in county offices, a momentous occasion that paved the way, sharing their remarkable stories and enduring impact they've made in shaping the political landscape of Rockdale County. Welcome to the historic Slate of Eight, Black History Made in Rockdale.
Every presidential election, 8 seats come available. And we've occupied now those 8 seats ever since. And so the community has been in the hands of the people that live and work here.
Little kids out there. Those little kids can learn and see a person of color like myself who became the highest ranking official in Rockdale County in a very adverse situation. So the legacy is right there. Those kids, those young kids now, some are grown, most of them are in college now, and they still call me up. So the legacy is seeing other people advance.
It's truly a blessing to know that I was a part of a major historical movement for this community to move it forward. We opened up a pathway. We were pathfinders and trailblazers to send an inspirational and a motivational message to many other people who had probably been on the sidelines thinking about civic leadership at this level, but just didn't have the tenacity, or should I say the inspiration or the motivation to move forward. Once they noticed that we were bold enough and courageous enough to step out there and place our names on the ballot, I think it really encouraged many other people to follow suit. I am pleased to know that so many people have followed suit from that opening of that door, both in 2009 and certainly in 2012 with the Slate of Eight.
I feel good that my impact was measurable, observable, and long-lasting. The crest right here on my shirt and on this piece of paper, on all of our materials that we publish, that crest, seal as we call it, that seal did not exist before I took office. And so I'm very proud of it because now it's just part of the clerk's office, but it hasn't always been there. Just like we didn't have a website, we didn't have voicemail on our telephones. There was so much that today we take for granted that didn't exist when I took office.
Say to young people, to make a change, be a part of change, or be the change. Embrace that generation, because they need to be part of the change. They need to be a part of your movement. They need to be a part of your vision and your mission. But make sure that we, as elected officials, whomever take these positions, truly serve the citizens of their agencies and try their best to serve the employees of their respective agencies or departments or divisions or whatever the case may be, because without them, you have nothing.
Because a lot of times our history is lost because we don't express it constantly. And I think that that's what needs to be done. We need to constantly voice and show that this is what happened at this period of time in the past. And if in order to do that, we have to open up communication with those of us who are settling into retirement and older age, and communicate with the younger people and let them know that it's something that happened and that can be done. As a small and local community, we need to emphasize those things that cause changes in the Black community and in our past, and we need to be able to remember those things. And that's the main thing. We've got to keep our history alive. When you're going through it, you don't really look at it in that way. But as you speak about it more and more, you think, yeah, that was a pretty historic event. You know, because you've got little Rockdale County that has been run by a white leadership, and then now the tables turn and the community is being more reflected by its leadership. And that's very important, and that's essential to our growth. In that short time, we've made this much progress. Just think of the next 4, 10, 15 years, how far we can progress from there.
I know this tribute is about the Slate of Eight, the original Slate of Eight, but it's also about the perseverance and vigilance of a community too. The fact that we not only got the seats over a decade ago, but we've been able to keep the seats. There are several of us, at least half of the original slate, that's still in office, and none of us were one-term wonders. All of us have served multiple terms in office, elected office. And, you know, for example, former clerk of court, Ruth Wilson, she retired last term. However, her seat and all of the others who are not in office have all been succeeded by other African Americans. For example, Judge Clarence Cuthbert, who is now our chief judge of the state court. He succeeded Judge Mays. And so I think that that is probably a most significant part of our legacy, is that we won, we kept winning, and we're still here.
But after you win the position and you begin to serve in the position, you become a servant. When you learn to serve, you know, that's when you're really fulfilling and serving the community that you're called to serve. I've learned that, you know, life is very, very fleeting. We're here one moment, we're gone the next. We have to make the best of every moment and of every opportunity that life presents us.
Frank and I got nothing out of it. We didn't get paid, we didn't work. And the work we did, if you could see the hours we put in, you'd have thought we were on a 40-hour-a-week drive. That's how dedicated we were.
It's bigger. The 333 illuminated the African American experience by adding to the 400 plus years of African American history as modern day pioneers. This is where the journey gets bigger. The journey gets bigger. During the 2012 election season, 5 additional African American candidates, Eric J. Levitt, Phinia Atin, Charles Mays, George Levitt Jr., and Aaron J. Hatton joined the 333 on a courageous journey to run for office. Indeed, a powerful movement in history. And on November the 12th, 2012, all 8 candidates, affectionately known as the Slate of Eight, made history, becoming the first African American in Rockdale County Government to take top elected seats. Now this deserves a hand of applause.
What we did then and how it is the foundation of who we should be now. That today should be the day of reconciliation, because we as Black people and Democrats in Rockdale County have been and should be the model for what leadership should look like. So let this day be our day where we all come together and we hold the power that God gave because nobody can serve our people like us.
History is often made to feel grand inside our history books, on our televisions, and in the minds of the people affected by it. Massive changes that sweep our nation are often painted in overwhelming lights, which are hard to imagine. We give our thanks to those who stood as giants to create change, and yet we cannot and will not ever forget the local changes happening every day. The Slate of Eight proves that history is made everywhere. History is made within you, then the world.